Nice. Pharma Bro chump Martin Shkreli's hopes of keeping his backside from forceful prison entry was dealt a big blow Monday after a judge ruled he was liable for $10.4 million in losses. Shkreli and his douchey lawyers had been hoping the bro would receive either no time in prison or maybe 16 months or less for his securities fraud conviction. Judge Kyo Matsumoto's ruling could mean that Shkreli might be looking at a whole lot of salad tossing in the future. As a rule, the higher the loss amount of a crime, the longer the prison sentence suggested by a calculation of the federal guidelines. This means the judge will likely be asking for a prison term of up to a decade or more for Shkreli when she sentences him on March 9th. Well, Martin, best of luck on the inside. Just keep watching. Shkreli getting screwed after rival company plans to offer $1 pill. Imprimis Pharmaceuticals Inc., a maker of compounded drugs, will start to sell $1 doses of Daraprim, whose price was recently jacked up to $750 per pill by Martin Shkreli and Turing Pharmaceuticals. Imprimis said on Thursday it will sell capsules containing Daraprim's active ingredients for $99 for a 100-capsule bottle online. Imprimis mixes approved drug ingredients to fill individual patient prescriptions. The company also plans to start making inexpensive versions of other generic drugs whose prices have gone through the roof, Chief Executive Mark Baum said. The recent practice of douches like Turing, Valiant Pharmaceuticals International Inc., and other companies buying rights to old, inexpensive medicines that are the sole treatment for serious diseases and then jacking up the prices has angered patients and pretty much anyone with a soul. Martin Shkreli became the most hated man in the US last month after he hiked the price of Daraprim by more than 5,000% after spending $55 million to buy the rights to the 62-year-old drug used to treat toxoplasmosis. Imprimis will work with health insurers and prescription benefit managers across the nation to make its new capsules and other compounded generic medicines widely available. Oh well, better luck next time, Martin.
Smirkin' Pharma Bro Martin Shkreli takes the fifth. He's one of America's most hated men. The former Big Pharma executive accused of having contempt for the sick. A smug and ruthless wolf of Wall Street whose price gouging strategies would make a Super Bowl ticket scalper blush. Not that we condone violence, but he's a man with a face more punchable than anyone on the planet. And he's usually got so much to say for himself.
So you see how greedy this move looks.
Yeah, I could see how it looks greedy, but I think there's a lot of altruistic properties to it.
But Martin Shkreli was strangely silent yesterday as the former Turing Pharmaceuticals CEO appeared before a congressional hearing. The smirking Pharma Bro invoked the fifth, declining to answer any questions from the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. The 32-year-old instead struggled to hide his contempt for the proceedings as the panel ripped him a new one.
On the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question.
5 times in all, the sneering Shkreli invoked his constitutional right not to incriminate himself.
I plead the fifth.
Shkreli stepped down from Turing and was fired by another big pharma company after he was arrested in December on securities charges. His former company bought the life-saving drug Daraprim and jacked up the price more than 5,000% to $750 a pill. But unusually for him, he refused to talk about it yesterday. Even a question about his $2 million purchase of the sole copy of the Wu-Tang Clan's latest album went unanswered. Shkreli tweeted afterwards that the panel were imbeciles and that it was hard to accept they represented the government, which is pretty rich coming from someone who doesn't even know which vehicle he's supposed to be getting in. Shkreli has pleaded not guilty to fraud charges, which are unrelated to the sale of Daraprim. Mylan's price hikes on EpiPen and other drugs are outrageous. Say hello to Martin Shkreli 2.0. Pharmaceutical douche company Mylan and CEO Heather I Have No Soul Bresh have been jacking up the prices on a slew of drugs they own. Mylan has recently been receiving heat for pumping up the price of its life-saving EpiPen injector, which counteracts allergic reactions, by 500% since 2008. Some customers now have to pay a ridiculous $600 for a package of 2 auto-injection pens. The Netherlands-based drug-pushing weasel has raised prices more than 20% on 24 products, and more than 100% on 7 products. CEO Heather I'm a total douchebag Bresh has seen her compensation shoot up nearly 700% from $2.4 million in 2007 to $18.9 million in 2015. During the same time, EpiPen prices went from an average of $56.64 to $317.82, a 461% increase. Mylan even had the gall to tack on a 542% increase for the drug ursodiol, a generic medication for gallstones. They also increased the price of dicyclomine, a medication for irritable bowel syndrome, by 400%. Shares of Mylan have dropped more than 11% this week. Hopefully they can just drop off the face of the earth altogether.